Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 list of movies that you can watch right now on Netflix US for the month of April 2018. So let's get started. Number 10, It Follows. After seemingly innocent sexual encounter, Autumn finds herself plagued by strange visions and the inescapable sense that something is following her. Faced with this burden, Autumn and her friends must find a way to escape the horrors that seem to be only a few steps behind. It Follows is one of the best horror movies in recent years, and it does it without being overly graphic. It just creates this overwhelming sense of atmosphere, dread and horror as this sexually transmitted killing disease seems to follow its victim constantly. No matter how far they run, no matter how much they hide, it knows where they are and it will just slowly make its way towards them. The inevitability of it catching up, their past decisions catching up on them. It is a fantastic horror movie with great cinematography, some great performances, and like I said, one of my favourite horror movies this century. Number 9, Aftershock. After an earthquake erupts in Chile, tourists discover that a neighbouring prison in the area collapsed in the event, and all surviving criminals manage to break free. Soon they learn that the most terrifying thing, more terrifying than Mother Nature, is what she created. Aftershock is made by Eli Roth. It's worth checking out, but it's not fantastic, not as good as the idea behind it. The idea behind it is the one that really captivated my imagination. Prison population gets freed on a small island to take out anything they want, to run mad, to just cause havoc. I don't think the movie had the budget that it really needed to take grasp of how that manic vision should be on screen, but it's still a movie that is entertaining. It's a great idea, and if you like your horror movies, it's definitely worth checking out. Number 8, The Descent. A woman goes on a vacation with her friends after her husband and daughter encounter a tragic accident. 1 year later, she goes hiking with her friends and they get trapped in a cave. With a lack of supplies, they struggle to survive and they meet strange bloodthirsty creatures down in the abyss. The Descent is one of the best horror movies ever made. It's claustrophobic, it's atmospheric, it gets under your skin and makes you fear for this group of women that are trapped beneath the earth with no sense of security round about them. They are easy pickings for this weird creature that is down there, slowly catching up with them and eating them, devouring them alive. This is a real treat of a movie. Get the lights out, turn the sound up and be terrified. Number 7, Beerfest. Two brothers travel to Germany for Oktoberfest only to stumble upon a centuries-old competition described as Fight Club with beer game. From the Broken Lizard comedy troupe who brought us Club Dread, Super Troopers, those kind of movies, the Slammin' Salmon, comes this just really fun movie about drinking games. If it's that kind of thing that you're into, you're going to find some fantastic humour. And amongst this, it's got a great cast of characters as the Broken Lizard troupe really shake it up by breaking the conventions they've set up in other movies of these actors and who they play. It's got some amazingly fun drinking games in amongst it that look fun, but something you probably wouldn't want to try, and it's just a sense of humour and comedy all the way through this that just makes the movie endlessly rewatchable. Number 6, Moon. Astronaut Sam Bell has a quintessentially personal encounter towards the end of his 3-year stint on the moon, where he is working alongside his computer Gertie. Duncan Jones recently released Mute into Netflix, and this is by far and away the far better movie. Set in the same world as Mute, Moon tells the story of a man trapped, isolated, unsure of what's happening, unsure of himself even, and this is a tale that really explores that idea in a way that you were not expecting it to happen. As the movie evolves, it creates a twist that you just never quite seen coming. This is a fantastic science fiction movie, one that I really want to tell you more about, but I'd rather you discovered it for yourselves. Definitely worth checking out. Number 5 is Let Me In. Owen is a 12-year-old boy. His parents are no longer together and he has no friends. He's also been bullied at school and lives a dreary existence. Late one night, he meets Abby, also 12, who has moved in next door. She doesn't say much about herself, doesn't go to school. Meanwhile, a detective is investigating a series of murders where people have been found drained of their blood. An adaptation of Let the Right One In, Matt Reeves directs this, and bringing Richard Jenkins into the mix is a terrific addition to this movie. It's a tale about two adolescents who become codependents because they have been isolated and kind of neglected by society. It's a terrific horror movie to boot, with some really startling images that stick in your mind, and it is a really fascinating tale of these two young people deciding to abandon their humanity. Number 4 is Moonrise Kingdom. Set on an island off the coast of New England in the 1960s, a young boy and girl fall in love. They are moved to run away together. Various factions of the town mobilise to search for them, and the town is turned upside down, which might not be a bad thing. Wes Anderson's fantastic comedy movie about a young scout who decides to just leave the world behind, run away with his young love and just explore the vastness that's out there. Bruce Willis and a host of other actors really cement themselves as fantastic performances here, as they are people trying to hunt down this young boy. But Anderson does what he always does best by creating these really individual characters who really add to this story. You've got a key relationship that you really buy into, and it's peppered with these fantastically colourful characters all around about the main players that really just add to the story. Terrific filmmaking and a terrifically entertaining film. Number 3, The Wailing. In a small village, Gokseong in South Korea, police officer Jung-ho investigates bizarre murders caused by a mysterious disease. His partner tells a gossip that a Japanese stranger that has moved into a secluded house in the mountains may be an evil spirit being mischievous. Another horror, another fantastic movie. This is about 2.5 hours in length, and you will have no idea where it's going to go to, because it's not the Americanized. It doesn't have the typical conventions that we stick to when telling a story. It can go all over the place, and it does, and it always keeps you guessing to what is behind this illness. Is it something causing it? Is it a person? Is it a demon? Is it just, you know, a virus of sorts? It's got some amazing cinematography. It has got some outstanding set pieces. It has one of the best exorcism scenes I think I have ever seen on film. Do yourself a favour and check this movie out. Number 2, Game Over Man. 3 friends are on the verge of getting their video game financed when their benefactor is taken hostage by terrorists. The actors of Workaholic join forces here in this movie that is basically a rip-off of Die Hard. But that's not a bad thing. I'm a big fan of Die Hard, and it was nice to see them poke fun at some aspects of it, or particularly aspects in their movie that seem to be copying aspects of Die Hard. We get 3 characters who all interact terrifically well together, and who all together are kind of like John McClane from the Die Hard movies. There is some good action set pieces. There is some ridiculously funny set pieces that I just did not see coming, that had me killing myself from laughter. I thought it was that great. This is a movie I've watched a second time in a week, and I found it to be a comfortable watch, entertaining. It doesn't break the mold, doesn't do anything super special. It's just entertaining as hell and a lot of fun. Number 1 is Wind River. A veteran tracker with a Fish and Wildlife Service helps to investigate the murder of a young Native American woman, and uses the case as means of seeking redemption for an earlier act of irresponsibility which ended in tragedy. Taylor Sheridan has been in a great run of form. He wrote Sicario, he wrote Hell or High Water, and now he writes and directs Wind River, and proves that he can pretty much do anything, because this is one of those taut thrillers with some really believable characters, some really believable motivations, and a good mystery at the heart of it that they just don't get made anymore. Nothing as well made as this, and this kind of budget telling this kind of story comes out. It's few and far between. You get some terrific performances in this between the lead characters. You get a great story, you get a good mystery, and I kept myself at the edge of the seat watching this, with some fantastic cinematography, some great themes, and some fantastic social commentary about things that get kind of swept under the carpet and not highlighted as much as they should be. Do yourself a favour. Wind River is my number 1 pick this month. I suggest that you check this movie out, and I think you will love it. Thanks for watching my top 10 list for April 2018 on Netflix US. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comment box below what I should have had on it, and maybe someone else can check it out. And I'll see you next month for another top 10 list on Man vs Film.